Hi, Katya Woods with the Philadelphia Tribune. Hi, guys.
Hey, Kathy.
I will say this, Angela, I love that you give her a little bit, some of her own medicine, because, she'd be reckless at the mouth. And you're like, excuse me, madam. Talk about what it's like to normally the assistant is just like, there to fluff up the main character, but you get to be sassy. You get to, have personality.
Yeah, I think Crystal is opinionated, but her opinions are rooted in wanting the best for Jax and wanting to see her succeed. And what I love about Crystal is that she's not afraid to tell you the truth because it's out of love. It is out of the desire for me to make sure that I hold Jax down so that she gets to the finish line of whatever challenges she is brave enough to share with us. And it's I love playing this character because she's honest, but it's all rooted in love. You might not like it, but I promise you it's coming from a place of love, which is very fun to play.
Absolutely. And Tim, how you're a whole investigator and you're afraid to speak to the receptionist. I love how you can dig through to all types of secrets, and you can go into places that the average person can't. But one secretary and it's a done deal. I mean? But I also love that because again, we presume that investigators are people who are just fearless, but you're basically somebody who's really good at researching and finding out dirt. That doesn't mean that you're an extrovert. Talk about that.
I mean, Daniel is fearless. He's resourceful. He's a strong man, but when he comes face to face with like true power, like Crystal, he's gotta bend the knee a little bit. So you are right about that. But then no, there's something that is really joyful about playing a character that he's not an extrovert by any means, but he's also not an introvert in the sense that I think Daniel just lives without a filter. He just lives his true insides on the outside, which often causes him to say things like put his foot in his mouth and stuff. And people might look at him weird because he just sort of says what he thinks. But there's something really refreshing about that kind of character that he doesn't put himself in the corner, and neither do the writers. Ramla, nobody puts Daniel. Jax doesn't put Daniel in the corner. And there's something really wonderful about that kind of character.
What is it like to work in a show like this, especially led by a Black woman? Even you as an Asian man, everyone has agency. There are no tropes, which is very rarely, as you know, in this business. Tim, why don't you go first?
I was fearful. I was fearful. I've always steered away from the tropes. I never even give him an audition if I see a trope. But knowing that this was written by a person of color, I realized, I don't need to have this armor on. Let me dig into the character, dig into the scene, dig into why this character needs to be a part of this story. And once I started doing that is where I really got to fall in love with who Daniel was and how he can serve Jax, how he can play along with Crystal. And it was really empowering to be able to do a job that to free myself from worrying about those kinds of tropes.
And Angela.
Yeah, I'm really proud of what we're about to share with the world. I think Onyx Collective has been so supportive from day one. They have mandated that it's an inclusive environment, that everyone's voice is welcome, their opinions are welcome, that we can share this story and this experience and everyone is valued. That I'm just really proud of that. And I'm hoping that we're moving closer to this for other places and networks that you work with. But yeah, I could not be, I feel so blessed to have gotten this warm hug coming out of a pandemic, to be embraced with so much love and the opportunity to celebrate my voice, to celebrate people like Tim's voice, to be able to celebrate people like Brooke, who plays another character, her voice. It feels good to put this out. I'm just proud.
Absolutely. Guys, I really enjoyed the show. Look forward to the rest of the world getting to know these characters, and best of luck this season.
Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much.
much.